Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Craig Hensley.
And I'm Jenna Miller.
My wife and I welcome you to our show, The Bohemian Victorians, where we are all about bringing elements of the Victorian charm and simplicity into our modern lives. And we are joined in our studio by our dear Golden Retriever Coosa, who is always a special guest, but today we have special guests, Jimmy and Kathy Green, our dear friends who are joining us for today's show.
Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you. We're
Thank you.
excited to be here. Thank you.
We're excited to have you here for a couple of different reasons. We met them a good while back. We worked on several photography projects with them, and they, as you can see, imbue the Victorian elegance and the Old West kind of mixed together. But as we mentioned before, Victorian is the same period as the Old West.
Mm-hmm.
But Jimmy is a very good artist, a very talented artist, and we're going to show you some of his work. And we're going to talk about some of his work. And then Kathy just absolutely is beautiful in her outfits, and the two of them together are Old West aficionados, to say the least.
Yes.
Now, Jimmy, I want to ask you a little bit about your art, because what first caught our eye was the color palette.
Mm-hmm.
It's different. It really grabs the eye. What's that about, and where did that come from?
Well, it's more of the authenticity of it, of not only the fabric, the fabric lines, everything in it. Whenever I start putting a piece together, I've got to mean something to me. So if I'm not happy with it, if I can't get it true to what I think it should be, then I scrap it, even if I'm halfway done with something.
Kusa likes what you're saying.
So,
No, but I hear you. If you're halfway done with it and it's not working, out the window.
exactly. So,
That's got to be hard, I would think, as an artist that's putting your heart and soul into these things.
and sometimes it's frustrating because I might be working on a piece that when I first lay it out, I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get it to a certain point, where I'm like, whenever I finish one, I look at it as, would I hang this up? And if I'm happy with it, then I hope people would be happy with it. But I'm real particular about what I would put on the wall.
I like that. And you're the same way
Yes.
with what you design. You're such a perfectionist, which is wonderful. But yeah, if she's not happy with it, it doesn't matter if it's halfway through, 3/4, it's
Yeah.
out the window. But those colors, do you plan those in advance, or do they just come out as you're working on it?
I just, as I need.
Yeah.
I just adjust them to that.
Yeah.
I don't really have, a big plate with all the variations of colors and everything. I mix them up and I'll, I got a little canvas and I put everything on over here and I may have to change it up just a little bit, but again, I've got to be 100% happy with it whenever I put it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you, and we're the beneficiaries of that attitude for sure. Well, I was going to ask both of you, but what brings you specifically, Jimmy, because we're guys and we grew up playing cowboys, but how did that translate to being here in Tombstone, the Old West, the outfits? Has that been a lifelong thing, or?
No. You go through different niches in your life, trying to find something that you really identify with. You have variations and everything. It wasn't until I mean, watching the movie Tombstone.
Uh,
All right. I took it to heart like everybody else did. I quoted the lines. I did the scenes. You know, I wanted to spin the cup, and I wanted to be Doc.
mm-hmm.
And so Kathy, for a birthday present, she got me and her to come out here for the Vendetta ride, and that's where we all met you the first time.
Yep.
And you know, whenever you go, you can read about Tombstone, you can look at Tombstone pictures and things like that. But whenever you stand on Allen Street, you are in Tombstone. But whenever you put on the period dress, you exist in Tombstone.
Yeah.
And there, to some people, they just do it, but some of us, you take it to heart,
Oh.
and it gets in your soul,
Yeah.
and it becomes a part of you.
Yeah.
You know, alter ego or whatever, but it,
Well, again,
take on the dark part.
Yeah, and again, fortunate for us because that has gone through you and come out in this amazing old Western art. It's just, it's incredible. I love it. I love it. And your elegance is,
Thank you.
wow. How
Yeah,
about
and
that?
Kathy, I wanted to ask you, I know you made your hat, which is beautiful.
Thank you.
Stunning work. And what is it that draws you to dressing up in the Victorian era and stepping back in time for a moment to that time period?
Yeah. So like Jimmy said, you know, just the excitement of Tombstone. We come from a city, you know, life type, and when you read about it and you're not here in the actual area here, it's not the same. But when you come here and you experience it, I mean, for me, just being back on the streets of Tombstone in that time frame, and then being able to dress in that period of time from a woman's perspective, it does something to you. So you put on the clothing, and from the outside, you're feeling something that's unique, and then on the inside, you know, you step back and you listen, or you think to yourself, what would this woman be thinking? And when she would walk these streets in this attire, and you even carry yourself differently as you're wearing the attire, and it brings it to reality for you. So you have it in your spirit, but you're also living it. So, you know, when you meet people on the street, how would this woman react back then? And it makes it fun. It just brings a lot of excitement, and it just makes it really a place where you can really take it back in time and live that experience.
Yeah, definitely, and that's beautifully put. I like the way you said that.
I do too, and the way you included what we talk about, the purpose of our show is to bring that elegance of that Victorian charm into the modern life. We walk down the streets of Tombstone dressed like that. You're going to carry yourself differently,
Absolutely.
feel more elegant, maybe even be a little more mannered and polite to each other, we hope.
Yes.
But you can't slouch in a vest, and I imagine in a corset.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Slouch.
Sometimes you can't breathe.
Right.
Breathing is good, but we don't know anything about enjoying dressing up.
No, not at all.
Old West or Victorian, do we? No, actually, I was dressed as Wyatt Earp, and a photographer named Michael Lordi took a very good picture of me, but then Jimmy Green took that picture and transformed it with his magic into an original of me as Wyatt Earp, and he gave it to me. And I am so grateful for that. I'll cherish that gift forever. And
Thank
Jenna
you.
loves it too.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so
Very
much.
welcome.
Thank you so much. We also have two other pieces of his. We have a print of Curly Bill Brocious, actor Powers Booth giving that sneer, and then which I love, and then Wyatt Earp, not me, Kurt Russell, who I will admit is a pretty good Wyatt Earp, giving, let's just say, a look that says you don't mess with Wyatt Earp, you don't mess with Kurt Russell as Wyatt Earp. But oh, and who else do you not mess with? Any guesses? What is this?
This is Doc's attire. You could say he has a three-piece suit: his cup, his Colts, and his cape.
Oh my goodness! Did you just make that up?
I did.
Is that yours? His cup, his Colts, and his cape.
Love
I
it.
love it. Well, Jimmy Green, aka Doc Holliday, is we're not done with you yet. we're done with our interview with these two lovely people. We want to thank you so much
Yeah, thanks
for joining us today, and Kathy for being so beautiful. You look okay, but Kathy.
Thank you.
I agree.
But we're gonna do a photo shoot with Jimmy as Dog Holiday.
That's right.
So-
I'm looking forward to that.
So
Thank you.
thank you again, and why don't we go do a little photo shoot?
Let's
Here
do
we go.
this.
Well, we always love working with Jimmy and Kathy Green, and thank you both for coming and sharing your art with us.
Yes, thank you both.
We so admire that creativity, that talent. And speaking of art, that brings us to this morning's quotes. Although this morning it's one quote because this pretty much says it all. Well, Coosa must have already heard that quote because she just got up and left.
Yeah, she's out of here.
But we're still here. And so is Henry David Thoreau, who wrote Walden. He's here with us in the form of this quote. Walden, coincidentally, an essay on the simple life. I see a thread there. Here's what Henry has to say about life in general and art. This world is but a canvas to our imagination. Isn't that,
That's a great quote.
this world is but a canvas to our imagination. Jimmy, with his imagination of his art literally on the canvas, but canvas takes a lot of different forms. Your design goes
Yeah.
onto a canvas of
Yes.
how would you describe it?
Well, isn't it neat how you can have imaginations in your head and have those thoughts, and then you're able to actually bring them into a tangible thing in the real world? That's a neat feeling when you do that. You know, whenever I create one of my dresses and actually takes shape in front of me, it's a neat feeling.
It is, and it's really neat. I love watching it take shape, and then you can wear your canvas, literally. And we all have different canvases that we put our imagination on a
That's
blank slate. So think about that, and think what your canvas is. So we look forward to seeing you next time, and thanks for joining us this morning. And until then, take care.
Till next time.